Okay.
Well, I've got 5 o'clock then.
You
So we'll call the meeting to order. We have 3 voting members and that's all we need to have a quorum. So we have a quorum.
Okay.
If you have an opportunity, if you haven't, take it now and look over the minutes in the last meeting, October 17.
We accept the minutes of Monday, October 17th as written.
A second. Any discussion? No discussion being heard. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed say nay. All right, it looks like in old business, we have no land use ordinance or development review, so we move right straight on to new business.
Hey,
Do we have a representative from Michael Clayton, Josiah Hornblower? All right, then I move that we take the agenda out of order and move on to the trim dog for right now.
second that.
Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Hey.
Aye. Any opposed say nay. All right, trim dog.
Hi, I'm Sean Hamilton. I work for Thomas Fowler. He's a professional engineer, civil out of Belfast. And we're working with Chris and Jean Trim on the dock permit that we get for you guys here. Would it be helpful if I shared my screen? Would you guys be able to see that, or should I just talk?
Say that again?
You want to share the screen or just talk?
Just talk is fine.
Yeah, okay. So pretty simple. It's their property's off Deep Cove Lane, and that has water frontage on Ryder Cove. And their lot is in the northeast corner of the cove up there. In the land use application, it's pretty much all attachments that we gave there, but there's a USGS map that shows the location of that up in the top right corner of Ryder Cove, and a little property line map there. But basically it is a wooden 120-foot long permanent dock that goes from the bluff down to just above mean low water, the low tide line. And then it has a 50-foot aluminum ramp that is seasonal that'll be removed, and then a 12 by 24 float. It's pretty typical of a lot of the piers like that are all over the island and along the coast, and almost identical in design to the pier on the southern abutter just below them. It looks about identical, about at the same elevation. And that one also has seasonal ramp and float. Going to be constructed by Islesboro Marine Enterprises. I think they want to plan to try to do it next year. We've also attached the DEP NERPA permit and the Army Corps of Engineers permit, which we've got both of already. And there's no submerged lands lease from the Bureau of Parks and Lands because it is less than the 500 square feet required for a seasonal recreational structure. 405 feet of shaded area below mean low water. Any questions about that?
Yeah.
Dave, you hear that? You're muted, buddy.
Yes, I did hear that.
One of the things that somebody, that was Jennifer, did she send out the thing about Kim Grindle has a aqua farm in that cove? And I was going over the paperwork for the DEP, and they have covered that in, where is it? On page 5 of 8, on the letter C, compensation, this project will not result in over 500 square feet of fill in the resource, which the threshold over which compensation is generally required. Further, the proposed project will not have an adverse impact on wildlife and marine resources as determined by MDIFW and DMR. Therefore, in accordance with chapter 310, whatever all that is, 5C, 6B, the department has determined that compensation is not required. Also on page 6 of 8 on D, says the proposed, on the findings of facts, the proposed activity will not result in unreasonable harm, any significant wildlife habitat, freshwater, wetland, plant habitat, threatened and or endangered plant habitat, aquatic or adjacent upland habitat, travel corridor, freshwater, estuarine, or marine fisheries or other aquatic life. So it says, I would say it's covered there as well, that Jennifer's note that Kim Grindle has a thing up there should be fine according to what this paperwork says.
Yes, I actually spoke with Kim a little while ago, and I actually spoke with Kim a little while ago, and I had Carrie send her a copy of this full package. And so she could look it over. She wanted to be at the meeting tonight, but she couldn't be there.
Yep.
I'm sure if she sees anything that she has questions about, she will reach out. So,
Oh, I have no doubt.
Yeah.
I have a map of her aquaculture site in our GIS exhibit too, with some dimensions to our pier and the neighboring pier and a couple of the closest points of land. If you guys are.
It's not in this package, right?
No, it's something we just had in our whole electronic package that we have for the project that we didn't include in anything though.
Show it to us then. I'd like to see.
Yeah, wouldn't mind if we could see that. So just so we can, I don't know where her stuff is. I imagine a site review would show us where her stuff is.
Yeah.
Come up okay?
Yeah,
Yes.
So there's no blue for the water of Ryder Cove, but it's this open area in the middle. This cross right in the center is
Oh, yeah.
I forget what department it is, but there's GPS coordinates for the aquaculture.
Right?
yeah,
And,
that's DMR.
Okay, DMR. Thanks. And I just drew some lines from that to some areas. So this is our proposed pier and the Trims property.
Right.
And this is to the center of her aquaculture site. I don't know how large the site itself is, but we're about 770 feet away from that. The existing pier that the neighbors have is a little bit closer because it's a little bit more south, and that's about 740 feet away. And then to the this point down here in Ryder Cove is about 730. So that's just some basic dimensions that I dug up.
Well,
You
thank
know,
you
see
for
how
that.
close it was.
that's good.
Carrie, we don't have a letter of standing for him. Should we have one or, I mean, he's given us good information and everything, but
Oh, okay.
technically, should we have a letter of standing?
I think we should, I'm sorry.
Okay, one of the things we're gonna try to do is, just for our records, we're gonna backtrack a little bit and get you to have the Trims give you a letter of standing saying that you have authorization to speak on their behalf on this.
Okay,
And
Is that's something we can send to you tomorrow, or
Absolutely.
Sure.
Absolutely.
You can email that to me, Sean.
okay. I know we do have an agent authorization letter to process applications regarding that. I think it specifically gives it to Tom Fowler, who's the professional engineer here, but I should get our letter of standing in my specific name probably to do that.
I think so, yes.
Yes,
Okay, will do.
thank you.
All right, where do we stand on as far as the board goes on this?
Site review.
Say that again?
Site review.
Right. That's it? No other questions?
Nope, not at this point.
Then let's have a motion for a site review and table.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? None being heard, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. All right, site review is gonna be scheduled. Do you know if things are marked out and laid out up there so that we can see what's going on? Or do you have to have time to get up there and do that?
There's no marking. They currently have from their house on Deep Cove Lane, a grass path that goes down to the bluff. And the pier is gonna be kind of on the northeastern little section of that path. We can get a flagged stake out there. There's not, it's fairly obvious when you walk down the grass path that that's where the pier is gonna go out into the water, but
Yeah, but if we could get some stakes put out in the next week or so, then that would be great. That
okay.
way there, we can take some measurements that we need to take, or
Yeah. Is there any information you need for, like this, we can put a stake where the, pier would start to go up. Is there any information you need on so you'd be able to tell where
What do we need, Dave? Dave?
Oh, basically, if he's got something there marking where the pier is, we
Yeah.
we would also need to see roughly where the property lines are, so we can measure on
Right.
either side, see where the pier is in relation to the boundaries.
Okay. I know there's, we know where we found a pin, once on the southern property line. We couldn't find an existing pin to the north, but, we could maybe, put one out there for a measurement from that pin roughly.
Easy to
Yeah.
determine that if you got the south boundary, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so can we handle that?
Okay, he handled that.
Can you?
All
handle
right. Yeah, I think we can make that happen. I can touch base with Tom tomorrow to make sure we can
that?
get
Okay.
out there sometime in the next week. Were you guys thinking maybe next week or something? You do a site visit or?
Dave?
It's up to
Dave, what do you
Dave.
think?
Yeah, I tell you what, as soon as you've got those pins in place, shoot me an email and I will schedule the site review.
Okay.
Good.
Hey, now, who's going on site review?
I guess I
What, next
can.
week? Well, I could go.
No, it's a long walk down there. It's a long walk down there, you don't wanna.
I can take my walking
Maybe it might be
sticks.
good exercise.
Okay.
Yes,
Yeah, it's a
no?
pretty good hill on that path.
Yeah.
Oh, they're deferring to the old man, are they?
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
my goodness. I never thought it would ever come to this, my whole 85 years. All right, well, you go on the site review then. I'll
We
take
all
the next
have
one.
gray hair except for one of us here.
Okay,
So who's going?
I defer.
You defer?
Yeah,
I'll
right.
go, Dave.
Oh, my
I'll
goodness.
go.
Okay.
Isabel and Gil,
About to carry me.
Awful.
Isabel can carry you? You're Mr. Pickleball. You've got all kinds of stamina. Yeah, so you'll contact and nail it down with Gil and Isabel.
yep, as soon as he lets me know the stakes are out, I will schedule the site review.
All right, thank you, sir. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
You're welcome to stick around and watch the show, but you're welcome to leave as well.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, next up, Rachel Rollerson, map 40, lot 31, application LU 6322. So for temporary placement of house on wheels for occupancy with composting toilet, no septic or well. Um. This is basically a tiny house, no?
Kind of, sort of. I think the way it's set up though, right now, because it doesn't have a kitchen or running water or anything, and it's just got the composting toilet, you could almost classify this kind of like Ace and Diane's detached bedroom.
Yeah, almost you say.
Yeah.
Precedent.
But it's not a camper, right? It's not,
No.
it's not something you set up, they come to you, just do a camper permit?
Not really, no, because like I say, it doesn't have a well or water source or anything else. It's just got the compo, and this is a temporary setup until she actually finds a proper piece of land to put it on.
No,
Um,
I know a lot of temporary projects end up going 10 years. and then,
yeah, well,
Isn't this already there?
it is, I
Oh.
permitted it to be there as kind of like a storage while she worked on the inside of it to make it so she could sleep in it at some point.
I actually thought that was the one that was placed there to go up the road to the one that,
Oh, George,
so is that the one?
yeah, the one up by Lisa Trains.
I don't know about Lisa Train, I was thinking past Steve Pendleton's. Right
Yeah,
there.
yeah, that's the one you're thinking about, yeah. But that one's already in place.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well, what do we need for this?
I mean, where it's sitting right now, she's met all the setbacks and everything else. There's, like I say, there's no septic to be concerned with.
All right. No,
At some point, she may want to run power to it, but that's up to CMP, not the planning board, so.
right, and then I think I saw something on blurb in there, electric is already there, a temporary place, oh, electrical hookup, this is a temporary placement, but yeah.
Yeah.
With no well or electrical hookup.
Well, not right now, there's no electrical hookup, there could be, I mean, you could call and have somebody put a temporary pole in
Yeah,
and,
Makes it hook it right to the house.
I don't know, maybe.
So what did you give her the permit for to put it there in the first place? What was the?
It was gonna be a storage and slash, she was gonna do a little work on the inside of it and get it ready for her to be able to
so the
sleep in it.
Permit was for storage shed.
That was the initial permit. Now she's got it fixed up a little bit inside and she wants to be able to like, reside there at night, lay her head down at night in there.
heat,
But to do it the right way, it has to come before you folks, so.
No,
no heat yet, no electricity.
no heat, no electricity. What do they, there's no food, there's Gilligan's Island, that's what I'm thinking.
So is there a time limit to this? If it's temporary?
You'd have to ask Dave, is there a time limit on this permit or the old permit?
The old permit, it was good for 2 years, so, and she's only about, she's not even a year into the old permit yet.
Is there a time limit on this permit though?
As a
Oh, if she
temporary.
applies for this? I mean, you could put one on there if you wanted to be, that doesn't really, there's nothing really in the ordinance, because it's not really a camper. If it was a camper, she'd have 90 days. She could live in it 90 days a year.
Okay.
Anybody see a need for a site review?
But you didn't do a site review to do all the measurements for the shed then, right?
Nope. Nope. I visually looked at it and determined that she wasn't gonna have any problem meeting setbacks, so.
What's the distance from the road? 50 feet is.
53.
53
at one
from the
corner and
You want to do a site review
56.5
just
at
to
the
double
other.
check all that?
That's what I would think.
Yeah, if you haven't confirmed the dimensions, we ought to at least confirm them.
Works for me. So. Are we at that point of tabling for a site review or do we have other questions?
Site review.
I move we table this for a site review.
Second.
Any discussion? None being heard, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Site review will happen when Dave says it's gonna happen. Now, who's gonna go on this one? Same Dave, same folk?
I could probably make it
You
from
can make that one?
from my truck to the building if I park close enough.
I don't think you can make it down the bank.
You
though.
guys are too much. Come on. I like to push myself. I
Rachel's
don't
got a
wanna-
lawnmower.
I don't wanna
over there.
give
She's
in to
gonna-
this old
She's
age
gonna
thing.
ride on a
Really?
lawnmower over there with a trailer if you need
He
it.
doesn't want to get stale.
No, I don't wanna, I wanna stay active.
Well, he could have my spot then on this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
Did you already raise your hand or do I want to raise my hand? I'm so
No,
good
you
at
did
hitting
that
these.
one. You're right around.
I'm right around the corner. All right, I'll go on this one.
That's
Make
fine.
Dave call everybody.
Yeah, make Dave call everybody.
All right, so we got Roger and Bill. What are you guys doing Friday?
Pickleball.
You're not
You-
part of
you-
it.
Well, he said guys, he meant, yeah, right, good.
Probably gonna be on island.
Guys, 4 o'clock?
Unless I hear otherwise.
Let me just make sure, just one second
If he
here.
can't make it, call me.
Yeah,
I
no,
should be
Friday,
there.
Friday, 4 o'clock, it's fine.
Friday at 4 p.m.
If I can't make that for some reason, and the only reason being is that, and I guess this is going out for everybody that's listening and all recording.
Yeah. You
Is-
kid?
This weekend is Jasmine's reveal party for, gonna reveal what we're gonna have.
Oh, good.
Oh,
So you
Okay.
might have to go on Friday. huh?
I don't know, I think it's gonna be on, I think we'll be leaving on Saturday, but my wife might have other plans.
that could very well be, couldn't.
Is it gonna involve
All right,
explosives?
4 PM on Friday.
I'm not sure, it might involve explosives. So, are we good with this one?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Great, if you wanna stick around, you're welcome
No,
to.
I got trick or treat at the ferry.
Trick or treat at the ferry.
You gotta get into your pajamas.
Thank you. No, I got
You know, you got 35 minutes.
All right, I have a question. Can we continue with the out of order and come back to,
Yeah, why not?
I don't think, yeah, we don't have to just finish out land use. We can go ahead to the development review, then go back to the land use and when we finish, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So development review, town of Islesboro, map 32, lot 6, Up Island Public Safety Garage. We've already gotten a letter standing for Bill Boardman. This is the official. This is the official one.
This is the application.
Very thorough.
Yeah.
Probably had some help filling it out, right? Bill?
What?
You didn't have Peter Mills fill it out.
So is it all state where it's really gonna be now?
No, I don't believe it is. I think Gil could speak to it or Dave can speak to it. Where it was originally state, they took it, we took a compass heading, but Gil took another compass heading. And for the energy committee, we want to be sure that we are, that the long ways do pretty much due south within 15 degrees. And you want to speak to that, Gil, what you saw?
Yeah, well, what we saw was, if you're looking at the southwest corner.
Yeah.
To the stake that was the furthest, who was on the job water?
I was.
To the stake that was the furthest, that was due west, I mean,
East.
east. And that was how the building should have been faced for the four corners. And it looks like on this new map, that's what they have done.
I also think that they have taken your suggestion, Gil, and they're gonna try to move some of those rocks
Right, yeah.
and move it further to the north.
Yeah. Yeah, and the parking lot and all that stuff's going that way too.
Yeah.
Part of it anyway. The parking lot structure is
Yeah.
different, but it looks fine.
Yeah.
If you go by the last site review, and according to what this is, I think it's fine.
Yeah,
But if you want to double check, I guess you could always
well,
redo it and have them restake it.
Well, there's plenty of room.
Right, yeah, you got more than. And the only thing they're gonna do is like for that one parking lot where they wanted to move the rocks and the driveway, they're just gonna move some trees, that's all.
What if they don't move the rocks, they'll have to.
They're gonna move the rocks anyway.
Yeah, the rocks are gonna be moved one way or another.
Is the driveway still where it's staked out?
Yeah.
And I'm going up tomorrow afternoon and put stakes out at the actual boundary pins.
4 corners.
So, yeah, so they're more easily, you can see them a little bit better.
Boundaries for the building or the boundaries for the
The property
property
boundary.
line?
Yeah.
There's already marks there for the property line, isn't there?
Well, there's granite pieces, but you really gotta look for them. I'm gonna make them a little bit more visible
Well,
per jam.
yeah, well, if we accept this right now, the way it is, you don't need to do that. But it's up to the rest of you people, what you wanna do.
I see butters have gone out, sent by certified mail, 10/18/22. We
Yeah,
got some
there's
butters.
there's
We got the
nobody here.
butter online and we've gotten the butter in the, on the board,
Oh, do we?
Yeah, I got my letter.
because I don't have the receipts. We don't have the copy of the receipts anywhere, just,
Yeah, in the green folder.
okay. I'm not looking at the green folder, so, okay.
We do the mailings in-house now instead of taking them to the post office, so you don't get that little paper receipt like you used to.
Oh, no, okay.
Yeah,
Well, does any of the butters wanna talk?
So stop
Who
looking
are
for
the
those,
abutters that
right?
are online here? Which ones are the abutters?
Holly Fields is a butter.
Oh, okay.
Holly, got anything you want to say?
No, I'm just listening. I also let Melissa and Eric know that they had actually purchased the lot that's directly across the street
Right?
because I had subdivided the lot. So they're aware of it, but it looks okay to me. I'm kind of excited about it.
Okay. Yeah, they got sent a notice as well, so,
Okay.
and I haven't heard any response or any correspondence from any of the butters, so.
Oh, it's a great idea.
Yeah, I don't have any, I don't see a downside to it at this point.
Your insurance should go lower too, because you'll be that close to a fire station.
Think so?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No.
yeah, 'cause the town, once this is done, the town should actually get a new evaluation. From fire for fire insurance.
All right. DRO. The original site review that we went on, the courtesy site review I went on, has that been filled out? And do we
No,
have,
we didn't
We
fill
never filled
anything
the
out.
sheet out. Dave will have to fill one out, I guess.
We have to table this for, the findings of fact.
right, that's
so-
one of the things. That's one of the things. Do we want to table it for a site review, or, because we did a courtesy one.
Dave, if you need someone from the board to help fill out the site review form, I'd be happy to meet you up there sometime.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, it's up, we did an informal one, but if you guys want to go back up, I'm more than happy to go up there with you. And
If it's on record as being informal, shouldn't we do a formal one?
Probably.
I would guess.
Yeah,
I think so.
it's the right thing.
Yeah, because this is a municipal thing, we should do all the,
I believe we should.
You gotta
Not
be
gonna
careful.
hurt. What else are we supposed to do? We're supposed to determine whether it's a major or minor, or is
Did
that
we
already
do
done?
that already?
We already did that last time.
Did we?
I thought so.
Says minor, doesn't it?
Yeah, they said it was minor.
Yeah, we did. And we've already decided that it did not need to go with a public hearing because we've already public
We
hearing
already
this
had a
one.
bunch of them, yeah.
Did we make a motion on
I
that?
don't know, I don't recall, it would be on our minutes, wouldn't it? I'm saying that if we evidently did not vote on it.
We didn't vote on it because it was just a
Preliminary.
preliminary conference. Yeah.
So we should do all of them.
We should do
Okay, I
all
say
of
aye.
It does say in here, this qualifies as a minor development is under 3,000 square feet. It does say that in our minutes. But as far as the public hearing, we probably ought to do an official vote on that, so. And no abutter has written to request one, so I'll make the motion that there's no public hearing needed.
Second.
And then discussion. No discussion being heard, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. Okay, we got that one squared away. So next up, I think, is tabling for site review and findings of fact. We can, yes.
I was wondering if it would please the court now. If it's possible that you could reach out, go through chapter 4, seeing as how people have been there and familiar with it. And you have the plan in front of you. You can do chapter 4, the criteria,
Right,
and then you come back to the next meeting with the findings.
with the site review and the
We can have
findings,
of fact at that point. and
Right.
We can address them.
kill two birds with one stone
Exactly.
and save an extra 2 weeks or whatever.
I think we can do that.
I think we can. The findings facts still have to be finalized, so the motion now would stand table for site review and finalization of
Findings of
findings
Findings
of
of
facts.
facts.
That way your next meeting, you can approve the findings and then approve the permit. And it could be-
Right.
then the
agree.
Next meeting, the written, permit will be written up. That meets
So-
your-
So did I make that? I made that motion. so
Second.
Yeah. So, but that wasn't finalization of findings
That was, the motion was for findings of facts
and site review.
and site review. Yeah,
And second.
discussion. Sorry, I got off track. No discussion being heard. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed say nay. All right, so going to the development review criteria for approval 45-19. Oh. We got it, you got it, don't have it. All right. A, will not result in undue water or air pollution and making the determination the board should at least consider elevation above sea level in relation to floodplains, nature of soils and subsoils, and their ability to adequately support waste disposal, slope of land, and effluents.
Not in the floodplain and will be
So
installing a septic
meet
system.
standards.
Yeah.
Agreed?
Mhm.
B has a,
Can I ask a question? Do we have to have a
We have to have a
reason.
reason for every time. So you said not in a floodplain and there will be a septic, right?
A well, a licensed.
It
septic
had
design.
We've
a
got the
license
design.
HHG 200.
Thank you.
Moving on.
Mhm.
B, has sufficient quantity and quality of water available for reasonably foreseeable need for the proposed subdivision and development.
We'll be having a well drilled.
Okay, so that would give us a meet standards. Will not cause unreasonable burden, or excuse me, C, will not cause unreasonable burden on existing water supply if one is to be utilized.
Not to be utilized. Yeah.
Not applicable.
Right. Will not cause, D, will not cause unreasonable soil erosion or reduction in capacity of land to hold water so that dangerous or unhealthy conditions may result. Pretty flat and drained
Well,
out.
really well drained.
Yeah. So, I would say meet standards, yes.
Yeah, well drained soils standards.
E. If I'm going too fast, yell at me. E, will not cause unreasonable public or private road congestion or unsafe conditions with respect to use of public or private roads existing or proposed, including parking at Grindle Point. I see where the driveway is located and I saw it today and I could see it from a long distance away, so I don't see any issues there.
Plenty of sight lines for driveway.
Yeah, so, we're at what, meet
Meet
standards?
Meet standard, yep.
F, will provide for adequate soil and waste sewage.
Yeah.
Sewage waste disposal. We got a plan,
What is it, Bill?
HHG 200.
That's one of those.
HHG,
What does that
Health-
stand? for? H-
Health and Human Services Engineering, Health and Human Engineering.
200.
200 is the plan number here, the document.
All
A
right,
state form.
moving on to G. Will not cause unreasonable burden on the utility, the ability of the town to dispose of solid waste and sewage if municipal services are utilized.
They're not
Once
gonna be
again.
utilized.
Not applicable.
No, yeah, because we've got a septic system going in. H, will not have an undue adverse effect on the scenic or natural beauty of the area, aesthetics, historic sites, rare or and irreplaceable natural areas, or any public rights for physical or visual access to the shoreline. If you can see the shoreline from there, I think you have to be up a lot higher than that building is gonna sit. So, meet standards,
It has a buffer.
yeah. Okay,
Each one on the other side too, but.
on the backside where it goes. Well, that's, all right, I is in conformance with this chapter, other applicable local ordinances, state and federal laws and regulations, the town's comprehensive plan, development plan and master land use plan, if any. Meets standards.
Standards. It is in
It
conformance.
is in conformance.
With all those things.
All right, J, will not create an adverse fiscal impact upon the municipality's ability to provide or improve necessary public facilities and services, including transportation and parking.
It's improving them.
It's improving them, right? So meet standards.
Yeah.
K, will not alone or in conjunction with existing activities adversely affect the quality or quantity of groundwater.
Has a septic system.
Sure.
Will have a septic system.
And there's no like, there's no places like, we would, like when they were, in some areas you want to set up silt fences
Oh, right,
to, when you're in the process of building.
yeah.
When you're on the site
Oh,
review, did
okay.
you see any reason that we would have to recommend that a site, that a silt fence we put up anyway.
No, it's very flat.
Right.
It seemed very flat
Yeah.
to me.
So meet standards. That was on K, was it not? That was. L, will not unreasonably interfere with access to direct sunlight or solar energy.
Will utilize
It
solar.
will utilize, the plan is to utilize solar energy, and it's not gonna block anybody else from getting it either. M, will not adversely affect the quality of the body of water, unreasonably affect the shoreline, that body of water, whatever it's situated in whole or in part within 250 feet of any lake, pond, stream, or tidal waters.
Not applicable.
Right, because it's not near any of that stuff. It's well over 250 feet to any of that. 4520, flood hazard areas,
Not applicable.
because it's not in the flood zone. How about 4521, financial and technical capacity? A, the applicant shall have adequate financial and technical capacity to meet these stated standards. And B, the developer shall, upon request of the board, submit detailed financial statements that demonstrate adequate financial capacity and complete project under provisions and standards of this chapter.
I'd say they're not applicable either.
Town voted the money in.
Yeah.
Town voted it in. Yes, they did. The town voted for this. Those that showed up. All right, that covers that.
So would you say that it meets or that it's not applicable?
We said it's not applicable is what she said. All right,
Yep.
Cool.
okay, I guess that covers that one. Now, I make a motion that we return to the agenda and go back to land use, Josiah Hornblower, Clayton Builders.
Thank you very much.
Nice to see you.
Okey-dokey.
Bill.
I see you, Bill.
I've stayed long, but I've been here before.
Yeah.
A few times.
Thank you.
Motion made. Did anybody second?
Second.
Discussion?
Going back in the agenda.
Oh, yeah, whatever. No.
Oh, somebody's raising her hand.
Somebody's raising their hand.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Rebecca.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Well, and yourself.
I'm well, thanks. Let me see if I can turn my camera on. There we go. I'm Rebecca Willis Kaiser, and we're not on the agenda. I'm here with my brother-in-law, Steve Anderson. I actually just had some questions, and I'd be happy to take this offline and ask individually, or if we have a few minutes where we could maybe answer and explore a couple of our issues. It entails my brother Lou and his son are selling a portion of property down towards the shore.
Is this, are you talking about something in regards to what we've been,
No.
No.
Oh, I thought open to discussion to have a conversation.
not just yet. We can get back to you though.
Okay, awesome. I'm sorry for interrupting.
No worries. I wanted to make sure we were on the right track. Yeah, we'll get back, there'll be an opportunity for you to do that, to bring that to our attention. All right, motion made for returning back to the
Hornblower.
agenda. Has it been seconded?
Yeah.
Discussion? No discussion being heard. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say nay. Okay, now we're at Josiah Hornblower, Clayton Builders, map 15, lot 44, application LU 61-22 to construct a 990 square foot bedroom and bathroom addition to existing house. That's a miss. I do have a letter standing for Mike Clayton.
There should be one attached to it.
That's it.
Yeah, I do have one. Dave, the only question I've got that jumped out at me, and I didn't have a chance to look it up yet, but you're 50 feet from the well to the new 750 gallon septic tank with pump.
Oh, let me find that page, yeah.
We're supposed to be 100 feet away from the tank, or we're supposed to be 100 feet away from the field?
The field. The field. Nothing leaves the tank except for through the pipe.
If everything goes well.
If everything goes well. The tank should not leak any septic into the
But so-
area
so it's
around.
100 It's 100 feet well to field, not well to tank.
That's correct.
I just wanted some clarification on that. Thank you.
Yeah, your tank could be 5 feet away from your house,
Which sometimes is.
which sometimes is, right, but it's,
5 feet away from the well?
That's what he's saying.
yeah.
Wow.
Is it ideal? No, but as long as the field is 100 feet away from the well.
Right. Right.
And I will, I think Isabel's aware of this, but I'll bring the rest of you up to speed. This is an after the fact application because some of this work has already been started,
Okay.
site work anyway.
Oh,
And they did pay an extra fee for that.
I saw something in the thing about an extra $100 or something.
Yes.
It also says in the application that it involves escrow because it's on East Shore Drive.
That's correct. It's not yet because that time period has not started until December.
Uh-huh.
But I have informed them that if they are continuing to work in December, in which they will be, they will need to open an escrow account at that time.
Right? Or face shutdown.
Right.
So we don't, I mean, there's nothing that we can, it's already on here as escrow and.
Yeah.
There's no stipulations that we need to make in the whole process to say that they have to get it.
Right. Not, I say, not until December.
Okay.
And Mr. Clayton and Mr. Hornblower are both very well aware that come December, they're gonna need to open an escrow account because this is not going to be done before that, so.
Okay.
Do we have to have it in there when we?
As a
make our-
condition?
As a condition?
Yeah.
when
Oh,
we-
Yeah.
Yeah, we could add it as a condition.
When you get to the point, if you're going to approve the permit, yes, put that as a condition of approval.
I'm looking at this and the dimensions that are there. Do we need to have a site review on this one? Do we want to have a site review on this one? I mean, Dave did state that it was an after the fact. They haven't started, they started groundwork only, is that correct?
That's correct. They may have done a little bit more on the septic as of now because I've already approved the septic permit, but
Uh,
Looks like there's plenty of room.
yeah, I mean.
yeah, all the setbacks are there
to-
from the
to me, it's
original
cut
house.
and dry, but I mean, if I'm not seeing something,
I'm a little confused. I'm new to this, so but you just correct me. We have something here that's addition, and it's not a big deal, but it's a little, it's got a lot of different parts to it. And we're talking about not having a site review. And yet we had something simple like that storage that's turned into maybe a bedroom for the Rollisons. and-
Right.
And we said we had
Because
a site
that-
review.
That one, I offered that we probably ought to have a site review where it's so close to the road. We want to make sure it's that 50 feet is 53 feet was met.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Anyway, it seems to, I don't, seems to me we should have a policy of whether we have a site review or not. I mean.
I think a site review is at our discretion.
Usually.
Yeah, but I don't understand why in this case we
Well,
wouldn't have a site review of.
Usually,
others.
on brand new houses, we have site reviews. A lot of times, like additions, we could or could not have one. Like that one, on the, over on the water, on the west side, you know, where they're building that big house. We had a site review there, and the house was there. And they were gonna knock it down and just use the same footprint as the foundation that was there. But on this one, I think we should have a site review only just to double check where the septic field is gonna be to the corner of the houses and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And actually, we did another bedroom and bathroom addition on East Shore Drive last year, and we had a site review.
Yeah, right. Remember that. Sure, you and I went to that.
To
Yeah.
be consistent.
Yeah, and it was actually a simpler, it was simpler than this was.
Right, this is big.
Yeah, so I'm raising the question. I don't understand how we make this distinction. The other,
Just the way we're doing it by discussing it.
okay, all right, fine, good. I'm glad I raised it then. The other question I have is that we don't always have someone represented when we entertain a permit.
No, you don't have to have, it's not a requirement. It's, they're in a better shape if they do. Because they'd be here to answer questions.
Yeah, well, that's what I would wonder. Yeah,
Well, if we can't get an answer to any question, then we can just table it until
Right.
somebody gets here. to Talk about it.
But it's not a requirement that there be.
yeah, no, I understand that, but I just thought it might be a good procedure that, you know, whatever.
So I think sometimes it can be a hardship if it's a off-island.
No, it's an on-island contractor, so.
No, I understand. It's Mike Clayton. That's
Mike
what
Clayton lives there, he could be here if he wanted.
Yes, I'm wondering why, you know, it's not
No,
important
no,
enough.
I'm thinking of making it a solid procedure for all applications.
Yeah, no, I wasn't talking about making it part of our rules and regulations. Just talking about, you know, our informal procedures. It seems to me, I mean, he's right on the island. I don't know why he's not here to answer the.
I know it's totally different, but working in the big cities, I brought 25 permits to the town of Plano, Texas. And I didn't go sit and wait and listen to the planning board decide whether they're gonna accept them or not. I just waited for them to get them back to me, and
No, I understand, and I did that too in Boston, Massachusetts,
Right.
and Cambridge, and in Ipswich, Massachusetts.
Right.
And everybody has their own different procedures. And in Ipswich, in Boston, you don't even go before the planning board, you go before the building inspector. So whatever, it's all different.
yeah.
Anyway, I just raised that as it was just seemed a little bit funny to me that he wasn't here and we didn't require a site review, but I think Gil and I feel it's
Oh, I'm all
site
for it.
review would be good.
We're all for it. All we have to do is have a motion for that, but do we have anything else that needs to be?
Everything else looks fine.
Okay.
I think. I move we table application 61-22 for site review.
Second.
So, any discussion? Any further discussion? None being heard. All in
Okay.
favor, say aye.
All right,
Any opposed, say nay. Okay,
So Dave needs to get with Mike to have him stake it out.
yep,
Maybe the foundation.
maybe the foundation. Yeah.
Exactly.
Who's going on the site review?
Who wants to go on this one?
I'll go.
Isabel Gill.
I will talk to Mike tomorrow and see when he can get it all marked out, and then I'll get in touch with you guys for the time.
Very good.
Great.
Thank you, sir. All right, next up on our agenda is CEO report, which we have in front of us.
What Bill Shoppy building?
Oh, I built a little barn.
He says it's little, it's like a mansion, but
Yeah. Yeah. It says 11 by 12, so
Well, you're legal if it's 11 by 12.
I was originally going for 10 by 12, yes. But anyways,
This tape measure messed up.
oh no, whatever. Anyways, Dave and I talked in the street the other day and we can count it off as complete, but it's not complete for this right here. So next time we see one, it'll be complete.
Yeah.
Oh,
and I put you on on last year's review next year. We will put complete on it.
yeah, right. All right, now we got people wishing to address the planning board. That would be you, Rebecca.
Thank you very much. And again, apologies for intruding earlier.
It's okay. It's fine. It's not so much intruding, is we have to figure out where things fit. If it was about what we've already been talking about, then we'd let you keep on going.
So my question is, my brother has a purchase and sale agreement for a piece of his property that he's going to be selling. And it abuts my property and it would require an easement. So I had questions around easements. And the proposed use of the land by the new buyer would be a subdivision. So I also have questions around that. It's raising a number of red flags for me, just because all of our land is conjoined or abuts each other. So I didn't know if this is the appropriate forum to raise these questions or if I should just meet offline with one of you.
Can I throw you under the bus, Dave?
Have at it.
Yeah, just set up an appointment to come in and talk to Dave Dyer, the CEO, code enforcement officer. And he should be able to walk you through a lot of that.
Okay, I'm gonna be on the island. I'm coming Friday. And I'll be there through the weekend. So hopefully maybe Friday we can connect.
Okay, yeah, I'll be in the office all day Friday, so.
Okay, terrific. Thank you.
Very welcome.
Anybody?
Anybody else wishing to address the planning board? I'm not seeing any hands go up.
No.
So, committee correspondence, we don't have correspondences. Committee reports, for anybody who's on a committee that has something they want to report.
No, we just had a meeting, that's about it.
Okay. And I saw, we've all seen the latest on the Jensen Baird thing, we just
Oh, I have a question.
asked.
It was an email from you saying there's something we didn't have to worry about it.
An email from me? Oh, there was something that Ben, is that his name? Ben had said something that the state may exempt towns under 4,000 population.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
And if that's the case, then we don't have to think
Yeah.
about it,
okay.
if I understand it correctly. I mean,
So we
I saw that.
we should really put this on hold till we.
Oh, definitely.
why spin those wheels if you're not gonna have to?
Yeah,
Worrying is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but don't get you anywhere.
Gets me to sleep.
Yeah, it sounds like because we don't have to enforce building codes because of our population size, we may get kind of lumped into that
There's a
category.
possibility, but until everything's,
Right,
until it's out and official, and we just go from there.
mhm.
Just put it on hold. And I will now take a motion to adjourn the meeting.
So move.
I gotta so move twice.
Okay, I'll
Take
second.
a choice.
Any discussion? None being heard? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, say nay.
Hey, Dave,
Yes,
I didn't write it down. I can't remember when. You want to send me an email?
Yeah, that's what it was.
For the what? The site
for site
reviews?
reviews?
He hasn't set yours up. The only one he set up was the
Yeah.
one on Friday.
Yeah, right.
And I'm not going to.
No, you're not going to that. You don't need to.
but yeah, I will be in touch with you when I set the other one up.
All right, thank you.
Be in touch with us all, even though I don't get his emails. They get curious, but not his. I'm curious.
Probably got me marked as spam.
Yeah,
Okey-dokey.
all right.
Nice to